Hey, this is Allie, and welcome to day 23 in my December daily album for December 2019. Day 23, I had a couple things in my foundation pages set up already. I had the Santa transparency that we offered this year. It was sized to 6x8 for the 6x8 album, but I cut it down. I also had one of the plastic 23s and this Christmas story, which was a plastic piece from the main kit. We went and saw the new Star Wars movie. Simon is a super Star Wars fan. He loved it. I thought it was great. And so I am telling the story of that in this project as well. I think many of the years of this project that I've done over the last few years at least, there have been a Star Wars or some kind of movie involved. So I printed out a photo. Aaron took a photo of Simon and I taking a selfie, which was fun. So I printed that out, and you'll see it just a second. I'm adhering it to the back of the photo from day 22 using the power punch to punch holes. That's going to go there into the album itself. All right, there you can see that other picture. And then I knew I wanted to do, or I was considering doing some sort of flip out for the story or journaling or something. And I also have, as you can see that are on my table, the tickets, the actual movie tickets. So I pulled out a piece of vellum. Again, you can see anytime I can find these vellum with the gold foil, anything on them, I pick them up. Some of them have been from craft stores. Some of them have been from online retailers. I just have them in my stash. So I cut that to the size of the Santa picture, which I think I had cut him to 6x4 originally. Again, obviously this is going to be a little bit bigger. And then I went ahead and I took that over to my sewing machine, and I apologize that this is all not in focus. It just happened. But I stitched around 3 edges. So I was able to make a pocket using the Santa transparency on top of the vellum that will then sit on top of this photo. And then I went through a couple different ideas of thinking, how did I want to have that flip out? I considered stitching it down and then having where you would pull up, but I decided to go back to kind of the good old solution that I've used for lots of things, which is washi tape. Used that in lots of the stories that I've told this year. So I'm putting it on the inside first because I wasn't sure what I wanted on the outside yet. You can also see that this, the vellum piece that I cut, as well as the Santa, is shorter, so it doesn't interfere with the holes where the rings are. That's always going to be an important thing. So I did the red and kind of a silver, it's like I guess it's kind of metallic red washi tape on the inside. And then I had a black washi tape. I believe this is from last year, one of the collections that I had a few pieces from last year, and it just says Merry Christmas on it. It's black with gold foil. It's nice and thin, which is great too. So in this case, I didn't want to see any other pieces of this page on the other page. So on the back side, you don't see anything from this. But this allowed me to have this flip open. And then I went ahead over to my computer, typeset some journaling in Photoshop, and I did it with a black background. And I also did it where I made boxes around each line of my text. And then you can see that I'm taking small scissors here to cut it up so that when I adhere it down on there, it looks like a block with varying widths on there. Kind of just another fun way to approach it, but definitely takes a little bit more time with the fussy cutting part. And this is pretty small. My type size was pretty small on there because I really wanted it to be I really wanted to not see the journaling behind the tag. So when you're looking down at the page there, you can see the vellum, and you can also see where the tickets are inside the pocket. And I wanted the journaling to kind of be hidden by that when you're looking at it from the front side. So using smaller scissors for this activity works really great. I went for years without having a set of smaller scissors, which just seems silly when I say it out loud. But once I got some smaller scissors, it's really great for cutting stuff out like that. So I adhered, put some adhesive down on the other side, and then you can see this flip open. I really like the stitching. I think the stitching looks cool on there too. Some years I do a lot more with my sewing machine, and other years I do less. This year I didn't feel like I did too much overall. I also added a white acrylic star up on the top, and then you can see how that fold out page works. I also did kind of think about putting this Christmas story on there that I had originally. I think that I did end up putting the 23. I think I ended up stapling the 23 on the bottom of the Santa transparency there, and I like how that turned out as well. But lots of different options for using lots of different numbers. Really, it always becomes whatever you have available to you and what do you have in your stash that you can work with. I use a tiny attacher to just stick it. I stuck the tiny attacher inside the pocket itself and then stapled just on the top of the 2 and the 3. I really like how this one turned out. Love anything with pockets, with stitching, and with Star Wars too. So hope you guys have a great day.